On this day in history, March 29, 1912, British Royal Navy officer and explorer, Robert Falcon Scott made his final notebook entry on his ill-fated Terra Nova Expedition to the South Pole. The goal of the expedition was to be the first to reach the South Pole and to conduct scientific research in Antarctica. The expedition team included 65 members, including scientists, sailors, and support staff. They started their journey in November 1911, hauling sledges loaded with food, equipment, and supplies, and battling against the harsh Antarctic weather conditions. They encountered strong winds, blizzards, and extreme cold that could reach -80 degrees Celsius. On January 17, 1912, Scott and 4 of his team members reached the South Pole, only to find that they had been beaten by a Norwegian team led by Roald Amundsen. Scott's team was devastated by the news and began their return journey, which was hampered by severe weather and frostbite. As they struggled to make their way back to their base camp, Scott and his team were hampered by a series of setbacks. Their food supplies were running low, their work ponies had died, and their sledges were deteriorating. On March 16, 1912, Scott made a diary entry, reporting that one of his men had died, and they were all exhausted, hungry, and suffering from frostbite. Despite their dire situation, Scott and his remaining team members continued to press on, but they were ultimately overcome by the extreme conditions. On March 29, Robert Scott made one last diary entry. "I do not think we can hope for any better things now. We shall stick it out to the end, but we are getting weaker, of course, and the end cannot be far. It seems a pity, but I do not think I can write any more. For God's sake, look after our people." Scott and his 2 remaining companions died later that day, just 11 miles from a supply depot that could have saved them. Their bodies were later discovered by a search party, and their tragic story has since become a legend of Antarctic exploration. Robert Scott's final expedition to the South Pole is often seen as a cautionary tale of the dangers of exploration and the harshness of Antarctica's environment. The expedition highlights the importance of adequate planning, preparation, and resource management for successful explorations. Scott's expedition is also a reminder of the high costs of ambition and the importance of balancing risk-taking with caution. Finally, the expedition has inspired subsequent generations of explorers, scientists, and adventurers to continue pushing the limits of human exploration and knowledge.